Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. We from Group 2. Before we begin our presentations, let's me introduction of member. Next. My name is Noyan Ayusri Arinasari, and my friend.
Okay, my name is Kadekdani Bramantara Putra, and my friends.
Okay, my name is Salihatma Monggomo, and my friends.
My name is Imade Dharma Prananta.
Next. So, we like to give a presentation about phonology and phonetics. Next. The first material by my friend.
Okay, I will explain the phonology. What is phonology? Phonology is the study of how speech sounds form patterns in a language. And two, phonology is crucial aspect of linguistics that provides insights into the sound system of a language. And I will explain a point of phonology. Phonology is a field of linguistics that investigates the patterns formed by speech sounds in a language. These patterns can range from simple observation, such as the fact that the velar nasal cannot start as syllable in English, to more complex ones, such as why the letter G is silent in sign, but pronounced in signature. And point of view, phonology is crucial aspect of linguistics that provides insights into the sound system of a language. It helps to identify that what sounds are present in a language and which is ones are borrowed from other language. It also enables us to understand the possible combination of sounds that can form words and those that cannot. And the next materials, it will be explained by Ayu.
Okay, thank you for your time. The next material is phonetic. Phonetic is the study of speech sounds. To describe speech sound is necessary to know what its individual sound is and how its sound differs from all other. Phonetic has a several symbols in between vowels. Vowels are produced with little recitations of info from lungs out through the mouth and or the nose. Number two, a diphthong. Diphthong is sequence of two vowels sound well together. Three, consonant. Consonant is which involves some a degree of abstraction and registration of the info. Next. This is phonetic cards. In phonetic cards, example for words have been mentioned will be explained to pronunciation of vowels, diphthong, and consonant. Pronunciation of vowels: sheep, beds, foot, boots, cards, come. Sheep, better, beats, how, cat, hot. Diphthong: here, how, makes, boys, beats, now, go. Consonant: packs, stay, crush, crush, pants, soul, shoes, shoes, bags, dice, glass, jugs, pants, throw, you, make sure, some, sun, sing, hot, lot, reds, yet, wet. Next, so the material for me, the next material by Dani.
The next criteria that we need to know about in order to describe speech sounds is manner of articulation. And that just has to do with how the air is passing through your vocal tract. Place of articulation talks about where in your mouth a constriction is taking place. The manner of articulation is really talking about what kind of constriction or what kind of obstruction to the airflow is inherent to that speech sound. And I have a few different types of speech sounds here on the side. We're going to go over these in a little more detail. Stops. All right, let's do an experiment really quick. Let's pretend you're going to have a competition with a friend to see who could hold out an S sound for the longest. And that competition would go something like until you run out of air. And you could do the same thing with a vowel. Until you run out of air. Or You could do it with a bunch of speech sounds. Try doing it with a B. B. Right? The point of a stop sound is that all the air in your vocal tract it actually comes to a complete stop. So for these sounds, you're going to have a complete obstruction of air. And so the stop sounds in English that we have are b, p, d, t, g, and k. Fricatives are close to stops, but not quite. With a stop, you have some closure of your vocal tract that completely stops air. With a fricative, you have a very narrow space that allows air to go through, but you're going to get kind of a hissing, friction-y sound. And the friction and the fricatives we have in English are v, f, v, s, z, sh, zh, and h. That last one is kind of interesting. Just sounds like you're sort of breathing a little bit. But there actually is some friction going on in your throat there, so that's why it's a fricative. All right, nasals are a little bit more difficult to describe technically. So what happens in a nasal is you're going to lower the back of your velum so that it allows air to pass up through your nasal cavity and out your nose. Meaning that if you plug your nose, you can't produce nasal sounds. I guess you can pronounce them a little bit, but after a while that air is going to build up and it won't be able to exit out of your nose. You also should be able to feel, if you put your finger right there when pronouncing some of these nasal sounds, you should be able to feel a little bit of air. And there's no air coming out of your mouth because you're necessarily going to have to make some closure in your mouth to have a nasal consonant. So with an M, you're closing it off at your lips. With an N, you're closing it off right here at your alveolar ridge. And then with you're closing it off. You're closing off your mouth in the back of your mouth with the back of your tongue. And so that's what causes nasal sounds. You're actually putting air through your nose because it can't escape through your mouth. So mainly we've been talking about different ways of producing consonants so far in this video. I want to talk about vowels a little bit. Vowels can also be described using just 3 criteria. That's frontness, height, and lip rounding. Now you can see here in this picture that I have on the side, it's another sagittal view of the mouth, and I have a little quadrilateral right in the middle of the mouth, and that quadrilateral corresponds to the position of the tongue when producing vowels. Now, with consonants, you have some kind of obstruction or constriction to the airflow that is hindering the air a little bit. But with vowels, they're much more open and much more free for the air to come out. And it's only a matter of where your tongue is located in your mouth that's going to shape the sound that you're producing. So with ah and ah, your tongue is going to be at the lower portion of your mouth. With E and A, it's going to be in the front of the mouth. With U and it's going to be in the back of the mouth. And with and it's going to be right around the center of your mouth. So we can divide this quadrilateral into two axes, which ranges from front to back and low to high. And then the only other criteria we need for determining speech sounds is lip rounding. So with oo, your lips are round, and with e, you can see your lips spread out. And so these are the three criteria that we need for describing vowels articulatorily.
Okay, everyone. I'm going to explain a little bit about the show. It is the material that we need to know to describe speech sounds, which is the manner of articulation. Okay? And it is to do with how the air passes to your vocal tract. Okay? The model of articulation really talks about what kind of contraction or abstraction to the airflow is inherent to that speech sound. Okay, and one of all the modes of articulation in that snippet, there's the fricative mode. Okay, okay, fricative mode. Oh, sorry, fricatives. You have some covering of your vocal tract that actually stops the air. Okay, with fricatives, you have a very narrow space that allows air in, but you're going to get a sort of friction. Okay, is on the sound. Okay, and the fricative that we have in English is uh, and then okay, like that. Okay, okay, that's the fricative that we have in English. Okay, and just just it. That's all. Okay, I return to Nanta. Okay, okay, Nanta.
Okay, I will be explain about the conclusion. From this video, it can be concluded that phonemic is the specific study of human speech sound, which has three distinct areas, namely articulator phonetics, acoustic phonetics, and auditory phonetics. Understanding this concept can help in learning and mastering a language and can enrich communication skill. To represent the sound in various languages, the International Phonemic Alphabet (APA) is used, which consists of many symbols that represent different kinds of sound entrants. By understanding the basic of APA and the appropriate consonant and vowel charts for the language being studied, one can understand the language better and more accurately. That's it. The next explained by Ayu.
Okay, this is reference. Next. So my presentation from group 2 about phonology and phonetics. Thank you.